Hi everyone. We've now got James from Layers going to talk to us about working in a small business. So I'm going to hand over to James, and I'll see you soon.
Hi, everybody. Um, so, uh, Let me first just introduce myself and a little bit about Liz. So, I am a designer by trade and started off very much in branding, branding and sort of graphic design, but always wanted to get more involved in digital and did so throughout the years of kind of my career before starting Layers. So, it's quite good to kind of be involved with tech talent and hopefully introducing new people and new companies and new roles and new opportunities. Um, with Layers, we started in 2016. There's now six of us, and we uh, design and develop um, websites, branding, and web software with a strategic approach to the whole project that involves many different people, many different sort of disciplines. So it's our philosophy that we like to involve each person from the beginning of a project, regardless of their role. So everyone has something to bring to the table at each stage. And the early stages are really the most important when we're planning, when we're looking into, what is the end goal and what's the best way to get there. Whether they're developers, marketers, researchers, designers, we copywriters. We like to involve um, different disciplines from the very beginning of the process. That's quite key because it's kind of a little bit about kind of how I think things differ in smaller companies, smaller agencies, and um, the processes that are involved there. So, don't have any slides. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my experience and what I found and had feedback from the people that work with us, the companies that we've worked with, and the way that I kind of see things from a point of view of working in a smaller company. So I think at the top of everyone's interest is like what the experience is going to be like, and there's different elements of experience. So when it comes to you and your role, no matter what you are, whether you're, a creative, whether you're a developer, a coder, or whether you're, a user researcher, UX designer, copywriter, marketer, you want to get as much experience, hands-on experience of the work that you're doing as possible. So what I've found, and I think what anyone will tell you is it's great going into a big company and being surrounded by a lot of people doing a lot of different things, but a lot of the time, you can kind of fade in the background a little bit when you're starting out, especially. So by coming into a smaller company, you do definitely get more hands-on experience quicker. Um, Sometimes that's through necessity because you've been brought in to, add capacity to the company and to help them facilitate things with the current clients. But it also might be that you're joining a team that have got to the stage where um, they're looking for a new set of approaches or new skill set, I should say, to improve what they're offering. And we've had that through the years as a company. So we've, started off as myself as designer, worked with other freelancers or smaller companies that offered very specific uh, skill sets that complemented ours. And as we've grown our team, as other small companies do, they'll obviously look at new skill sets, new talent, and new perspectives. Uh, when you're working for a bigger company, often, and this is often, a selling point for them, like they have their systems in place, they have their processes sort of firmly mapped out, and you're coming to be part of that. That's not to say that that's not something that's to be excited about. You can certainly go and do that and actually have an impact and also get a lot more help, I suppose, in that sense that you've been kind of fed what's the best way to do it for that company. But in a small company, it kind of leads me on to kind of another point, which is impact. So when I was young, um, a long time ago, starting out with design, and I was sort of still in uni actually, but then getting to work hands-on in some design studios, I found the smaller the studio, the more sort of recognition I got for my work, and the more that was taken through in a project. In the larger companies, where things are great and they're moving fast and still exciting, you early stages were certainly picking up more of other people's work and, fixing things here and there or improving little bits or picking up amends. Obviously, not everyone can be kind of lead on a project. So by going into a smaller company, you get much more opportunities to do that and be just that, be someone who has an impact, someone who has a say. And that's looking at it from, an agency perspective with a client based relationship. But got many contacts and friends that work for startups, and the same is there with startups. If you come in on the ground with a startup, and whether you're just a new member of the team and they have a designer or they have one developer, but you're coming in at that early stage, you're certainly going to have an impact on that product, on that company, and where it goes. So you're kind of influencing and actually molding the development of that company, which, for some people that might not be what you're interested in, but for other people that's really exciting, and that can be something really rewarding as well, to see your thoughts, your ideas be considered, be implemented, be tested, and then become part of a product or a solution. It's something, again, that the way where we are with layers, with the different sort of skill sets, as we add new skill sets, that we revisit things that we've done before, the way that we've done them, and we look to always improve, so that when we add new people, we're adding their skills. And that comes from obviously people with experience. That's an asset to us and any other small business, to learn from their skill set. But on the other end of the spectrum as well, when you have a small company and you have a small team, we get onto like culture, and it is early stages for most companies. You're very sort of close knit together. You work with each other a lot, and you try to help each other out. That has multiple benefits. In my opinion, you form stronger bonds with people that you work with. But again, that's not to say that that can't happen within a similar sort of cohort within a bigger company. But we're a very sort of tight knit group, and I think that kind of helps with the projects when we're kind of working on them together. But from a personal development point of view, I think something that, especially in tech, in digital, that is often kind of overlooked is we all have sort of blurry areas or blurry edges around our knowledge base. A great way to sort of start to get a better understanding, by working with a developer. If you're a copywriter, you're not going to become a developer, but you will actually learn some very valuable information that helps you make decisions within your role, so that you're not being sort of fed how something should be done because it should, like you're being fed it because you have an understanding, and that'll help you develop yourself as well. These are really good future skills that, when it comes to new roles, and if you are looking for work elsewhere, are very kind of desirable. That if you're not just kind of stuck with one route and used to doing things one way, you're a more rounded individual with your skill set and your knowledge base, so that you have a knowledge to the point that you can have a conversation with people and actually work out better solutions because you understand where they're coming from. I think that's something that you certainly get a lot quicker in a smaller company, because you have so much hands-on time with clients and with other members of the team. And generally speaking, I think I've already kind of touched on it, but that feeling of having an actual impact, so that you're not just developing yourself, you're also developing the company, and you can kind of see that a lot quicker. There obviously are sort of benefits to working in a big company as well. But from our perspective, as a company who's growing at the moment, and we're trying to attract, as many people to come and check out our vacancies and see what we're doing, I really thought it was a nice opportunity to speak to everyone and sort of give you a bit of an insight as to how I see things from a smaller company perspective. That's pretty much it for me for now. And if anybody has any questions or wants to follow up, please feel free to drop us a message.